What's up, guys? It is Wednesday, October 11th at 6:35 a.m. and this is the crypto market update. I'm sitting down this morning. We got the bond yields right now on the one-day chart. We got a sell now signal flashing. As of yesterday, it confirmed. We broke down from that 786. We hit that 1618 breakdown extension. It looks like we're going to come down to the 2618 breakdown extension in 786. From the low here to the high, the 786 is sitting around 4.355, and that's where the one-day 50 moving average is. It looks like we got the momentum to go down there. As you can see, if you're looking at the momentum indicators, all pointing down, and that blue's getting ready to cross up, the pink's ready to cross down. It's everything that we're looking for. So yeah, to me, I'm going to go out on a limb and say bond yields look like toppy. They likely topped, looking at that one-day sell now and that two-day sell warning right there, and then we got the three-day sell warning. It's everything that called the top back here in November 2022. And then looking at the four-day, we got a four-day sell warning. We might even have a five-day. Nope, but we got the four-day, three-day, two-day. We got the one-day confirmation, and it looks like on a day and 11 hours, if we keep this downwards momentum, we could see that two-day sell now flash, which will spill into the three-day. We'll see the three-day sell now flash, and that will likely be a good correction or relief in the bond yields come back down here. And then if we look at the dollar has a one-day sell now that already confirmed. And then we look at the two-day chart, that two-day sell warning is already there. And then if we look at the three-day, no three-day, but we got the one-day sell now and we got the two-day sell warning, and we're getting close to breaking, and I think we already did, this upwards trend here. Even grabbing it, like giving it as much leeway as possible. Like you could have even put it up and kind of connected it tighter like this and said that we broke it back here and we've been just wrestling with it. But even grabbing it all the way to these wicks where we came down and popped right up, we broke it. I mean, it's clear that we broke it on a two-day chart, and on a one-day chart, we've had a candle body close below it. So this next candle close for the dollar is going to be crucial as far as if we can stay below this trend line and even push down just a tiny bit below 105.5, we'll see that two-day sell now flash. And to me, that's going to be a very good sign as far as the dollar is going to cool off as well too. And those are those market drivers that we need to see cool off, like the bond yields and the dollar, for money to flow back into the stock market, flow back into crypto. And looking at the US NAS 100, we're doing like a bull flag right now. We've held those lows. I mean, we had this trend line coming down like this. We held a support. Then we have this resistance that we're pressing up to, or getting very close to pressing up to. We have this flag pull up, this breakout of above this trend line, which will coincide with the 786 from this high down to the low here. We're at it right now. That could show a continuation upwards to a new all-time high for the stock market. I know it's hard to believe, but you could see the stock market hit 23,470, the US NAS 100, on the breakout of that bull flag there. And then if we look, we have the high down to this low, which is the bigger picture of 786 that we're pressing up to right now. Let me put a horizontal line at that level. You can see we're right there. So we have this micro 786 and this macro 786 that we're right at right now. We have this bull flag that we've been forming here from these lows back in January. It had this little kind of cool off, and we could be at a moment where we could melt up in the stock market, which I believe will be positive for crypto. So yeah, like we're at 15,200 right now, and this horizontal level is at 15,250. So if we can just press up a tiny bit more, like, and get above 15,500, to me that's more confidence that yeah, we're good to send it up for another leg in the stock market here. And it ain't no surprise that this flagpole extension reaches out to this 1618 extension of the macro high to the macro low, and it shows that 22,700 is in the cards for a breakout extension here. So very, very positive stuff as far as the US NAS 100, as far as the dollar and bond yields kind of cooling off. And then that will spill over into cryptos. Cryptos are like trying to fake us all out here, showing us that, a little weakness, but the stock market's kind of showing us the way forward here, and the bond yields and the dollar. So these market drivers are very key and important to look at. You can't just look at one sole thing. You got to look at the whole big picture here. And looking at the 12-hour chart, we came down, we touched the bottom void line band, we got some nice buying pressure coming in. I forgot to mention it's Wednesday, October 11th, 6:40 a.m. And so far so good. We're pressing up here. If we look at the 6-hour chart, we got those prepare to buy soons flashing. We look at the 4-hour chart, we got prepare to buy soons flashing. We look at the 3-hour chart, we got prepare to buy soons flashing. We look at the 2-hour chart, we got prepare to buy soons flashing right here. It's likely on the 1-hour chart, we're probably flashing a buy now signal. Yeah, right now as we speak. So we got 18 minutes left for this candle to close and confirm. And then we got this downwards trend line resistance here that we're pressing up to as well too. So if we can press up against there, get back above 27,350 or preferably 27,400, then we could see these fibs start to flip from being downside breakdown extension targets to now upside breakout extension targets. And it's likely we'll see us come up here, high down to the low that we set, and we'll give 27,600 a shot, which is coinciding with the 1 hour 200 moving average here. We can get back above that, hold that support, then we could be ready to rally back up here to 28K to give it another shot. We need to break through there. That's a key resistance level. We got rejected by it a couple times up here. As you can see, we were saying in the Discord, hey, we're at a critical decision moment, 24 hours, and it looks like it wanted to break down first. So if we look at that, yeah, we had this convergence between the market structure ribbon, the 200 moving average, and we're coiling up tight like that. We needed to do something, and we broke down, but it could be a fake breakdown to a pop back up, and that could be signaling to us and foreshadowing based off of the stock market and the bond yields and the dollar. So Bitcoin right now, 27,253. If we keep pulling down more, then I see 26,500. That's the next logical level, given that that's the 786 right here, as well as the 1618 breakdown extension from this 786 right here. And we got the 50 moving average on the 1 day chart residing right there as well too. This critical support and resistance level right here, we found resistance, broke up above it, came back down, resistance, support, resistance. Now come back down, retest that real quick on a wick, and then fire back up. That could be a possibility as well. So that's what I'm watching as far as the US bond yields, the dollar, stock market, looking at Bitcoin. Keep in mind it's 6:43 a.m. so the stock market isn't even close to open up yet. So this could all change by the time that the markets open up. So that's why I'm outlining these levels. But so far, so good, seeing kind of this action. The morning bond yields down negative 2.17%. Dollars kind of flat right now. It's trying to decide what it wants to do. Stock market up 0.23%. So far, so good. Today's going to be a critical day, a key day. So if we look at that 12-hour chart, so far, so good. Holding that 50 moving average here, which acted as resistance, broke up above support. Now we retested again, support. So then we can look at those bottom indicators here. So far, like that 12-hour TSI is still above that zero line. We need to maintain above there. We can maintain above there and cross back up. We're golden. As soon as we start to see us come down through there, that's not good. We want to see some white pull in on the MACD ASAP. So that's a 12-hour chart. But let's go to the weekly chart. Let's go to the 3-day chart. 3-day chart is cooling off a little bit, but we got about a day and 14 hours left to see some action here, which could then save this and go dark green. Stock RSI is up here, a little overbought level. We don't want to see that cross back down below the 80 line. We really want to see that TSI get above the zero line. Because when we get above that zero line in the TSI, all of 2023, we're really above it until back in August when we got below. That's when kind of ish hit the fan. But if you look at the start of 2023 when we got above it, that's what sent the market up. And looking at the TSI on the 3-day chart, look at this TSI trend line. We tested it once, twice, 3 times, usually 3 times the charm. Looks like a little kind of head and shoulders down here and scoop up. Maybe what we can see is something like this. We'll try to come up and then we can send it on up here. But if you look at past corrections, come on, it looks very similar to this, where we have the first shoulder, pop up second, you come down hard, pop up one more time, come down hard, pop up one more time, you pull down here. So we could be at this phase, or we could be at in the middle of this phase. But we're close to finding our bottom here and getting ready to consolidate to then head up for another big run. Like I said, imminent to max 100 days. If we see a black swan moment crash where fire sale price is great, because then we'll know that, all right, ultimately, this is the last time we're getting a discount like that. But we've seen the news and what's going on right now, the World War III breaking out. So far, cryptos haven't plunged just yet. And stock market, you would have thought it would plunge. Dollar, you would have thought it would rip. So yeah, so far so good. Looking at that 1-day chart though, we do have that MACD curling, but we were covering this. We said, hey, usually during these phases of pullbacks, we usually cross cross, and then we rip back up. So I want to see by the end of today or by the end of tomorrow, really us start to see some momentum back up. And that's going to come from the 12-hour, which will come from the 6-hour, right? Which will come from the 3-hour. So as long as we can see some of those lower time frame buy nows flash, like the 3-hour. Oh, and look at that 3-hour. We're holding support on that 200 moving average. We found a nice bounce from there. See, that's exactly where the 3-hour 200 moving average is. So you can see that 3-hour buy now spilling the 4, spilling into the 6, then the 12-hour turnaround, then the 1 day will save itself. So that's what I'm looking at there. Then looking at XRP, we're at 0.4886. I think it's a fire sale price right now. Looking at kind of past corrections, I think we completed this right shoulder here. Looking at kind of where we fell down to. This horizontal line right here, that's kind of like this point right here. We found support, and then we broke down. This is like a little head, and then we retested this level. This was that flash crash wick, a lot of leverage there, it wiped out. And then looking at past kind of cool offs, so I took this pattern back here, stretched it out, and then I'm matching it up. We're stretching it out, and you can see that similar of what's supposed to happen here, right? This us just coming down like that, it shouldn't have came like that. Usually what we saw in the past was us kind of like go flat here and go sideways, have a fake pop up and then come down. We just kind of kept sending our way down. It wasn't like the normal kind of corrections that we saw XRP after a pump, so that's why it looks different with this fractal pattern. But as you can see, it's kind of like right where we're supposed to be with it. We pop up, kind of this is where we're supposed to come up a little bit and then slam down. We didn't come up, we just slammed down, and then we saw our left shoulder, our little head here, and then our right shoulder coming down. And then what we should see from here is us to recover fairly quickly and head up to like, above 55 cents and really start to make a move here. Well, we're gonna have to see how the dollar is doing, the bond yield, stock market, and Bitcoin, because those are gonna be the drivers that allows these altcoins to pop back up. But I see some fire sale prices. Yeah, so I think looking at this 12-hour prepare to buy soon here, looking at the last one that flashed right here, and then the buy now, looking at the last one here and buy now. You can even look at the past. I like to use the signals as far as measuring fractal patterns as well too. So this right here is like the first one. This one is like the second one. This here is like the third one. This didn't pull as far down as we are right now, so technically if he did, we would have saw another buy now there, and that's why I'm thinking that right here is equivalent to right here. We just extended down a little bit more. Yeah, and I think once we see that 12-hour buy now flash, it's gonzo, And then looking at this horizontal line where we tested right here is equivalent to like this left shoulder, just like comparing it to over here, testing this left shoulder, right? And then just like below the horizontal lines, that little head. I don't know, I think we could have bottomed here, so we're going to have to see how we pan out the rest of the day, but not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm looking for some longs at this level. So that's what I'm seeing, guys. Also, too, we called out in the Discord that Render was likely to be an outperformer the rest of this month. And shout out to Chris O. Look at Wall Street memes up 22% today, firing up. Render is outperforming. When Render has stayed strong during this whole period of choppiness in the market. Render, we called it out around, I think it was like $1. I think it was like right before it broke out. It was back here, like around $1.50 at the beginning of October, and it's been firing up ever since. So I might look to add on to Render because it's showing a lot of strength. I mean, back in January, it fired up a ton. We came back down. We didn't even get close to these bottoms here like a lot of other coins did. Flash a 3-day buy now, and look at this 3-day TSI. This is exactly what we want to see out of all these coins. But Render is the one doing it. Look at the last time we did this. Back here, January, and we're close to doing it again. And look at what happened in January. Dang. Imagine if we did one of those again. Render looks like it's going to be an outperformer this bull run. And I want to stack up on it. I know you guys do too. So in the Discord, I'll be letting people know if I go harder on Render. But I could see it pulling up on a move here if we see this momentum and see Bitcoin kind of work with us and dance in our favor. If we take this high down to the low here, that breakout extension of the 786 at $2.50 brings us out to around $5, same as this fractal, same back in January. So yeah, guys, that's what I'm seeing. We're going to be watching it, letting people know what's going on in the Discord, keeping people updated. If you're not already in it, join. Link is in the bio. I'm going to dish out some more additional bots today, like the Render bot, AVAX bot, and a couple more bots. So if you didn't get in on week 1 waterfall flash sale, 60% off. We're doing it for 6 weeks, but now this week is only 50% off. So now's the time to strike. Are you going to wait till it's week 4 and it's only 30% off? Or are you going to strike now while it's still 50% off? So link is in the bio. The link will be stargate-ventures/auto-bots. It'll show you the results of the bot on a couple of altcoins like XRP, XLM, HBAR, Algo. You can watch that demo and your results, and you can also book a call with me and go through the bot and kind of the inner workings of it. I'll gladly give you a demo and get you kitted and suited up. So do it now, and I'll see you guys in the Discord. Link is in the bio, and I'll see you in the next video.